We gotta talk Brad Marchand.
Yeah, we did.
Um,
We kind of left like the whole trade deadline right to the
no,
end,
it's okay. This is where
but
we're gonna start, though. Yeah.
we do.
I
Yeah,
I want to tell a story. And
give
I
it to
can
me.
give like the trade return here because it's very simple. It's Brad Marchand of the Florida Panthers for a conditional second round pick. Conditions on it are either it's either 25 or 50% of the games that Marchand has to appear in for the Florida Panthers in their first two playoff rounds. Nonetheless, I'm in the office and the deadline's coming down. I'm working on at that point it would have been the fan pregame show as an editor. Um, so yeah, just like doing socials, description, title for podcast, putting it out there, and you just heard an audible gasp in the office from every single part of the space. Just like people at the assignment desk, what? The people at 590, no way. People down at the web desk. No, you're kidding me. It was just everyone was in kind of pandemonium, and no, it wasn't like people were like screaming or anything, but just in the office, that was the most kind of interesting moment I've had. Just hearing everyone react in real time to Brad Marchand becoming a Florida Panther. That one will stick with me. Um,
I
yeah,
wonder
what
how
was your first
many.
reaction?
I wonder how many trades like that will get people like kind of like
This is up there, man.
stopping. It's got to
Yeah,
be up there,
that's
100%.
big time up there. What was your gut
Um,
reaction to seeing it on your phone?
so I didn't see it in real time like other people
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
I saw it probably post, but I did catch it post like very, very close to when it was announced.
This is another one that
Uh,
came in right at 3 p.m.
yeah, I mean, I was very, very
Sad
surprised.
or angry?
Well, to see where he went, it definitely because I saw that
Yeah,
first before
yeah,
the Brandon Carlo news. Like that was what came
yeah,
up first for me. So I was
yeah.
like, I
You're
saw
like
the
just
reaction
you're
and I was just like,
kidding me.
and I was like, oh my God. Then I thought about the Marchand Bennett
Sam
Kachuk line
Bennett,
and I was like,
yeah,
and
yeah.
then I saw the Leafs trade and I was like,
Got
okay.
Carlo.
Whew.
It made me feel a little
That
bit
was
better, but it's yeah,
that was my chicken soup for the soul,
yeah,
like the Brandon Carlo
yeah,
move because I was like, okay, at least I
yeah.
could we could live with that as much as that just hurt my soul to see. I listen, I know a lot of Bruins fans. I can't even imagine what they must have been going through. I will bring up the stat on here. It's been said before, first time since 2002, so we were 2 years old, that one of Patrice Bergeron, Zdeno Chara, and Brad Marchand aren't playing, aren't in the lineup for the Boston
Yep,
Bruins. Like how
yep.
ridiculous of a stat that is. 23
No,
years in the making.
they are the cultural touchstones of what it means to be a Boston Bruin, as far as I'm concerned. And yeah, they're gonna have to transition to Charlie McAvoy, David Pastrnak, and Jeremy Swayman. We'll see if they can hold up that mantle as well as the past trio. But yeah, that's this is a crazy moment in time where the Bruins are finally looking like they're closing the door on a window, at least for this year. Like we'll see what happens in the
Yeah.
off season, but kind of surreal to see happen, and surreal as hell for him to end up in
They're
Florida.
they're at least
Yeah,
closing the doors on an era because that
yeah.
is the
Oh, without a
last
doubt,
piece of their 2011 Cup.
crazy. Yeah,
Yeah.
no one
So
left on the roster. Yeah, it's here's the number one kind of not dilemma, but this is what's top of mind for me coming out of this Martian stuff that I don't know if I've heard anyone kind of talk about yet. He is the preeminent villain of the NHL, right? Like, is there anyone even that's retired now?
Matthew
Let's say
Kachuk,
like
like that's
right,
it. Like the one
but
of the Kachucks, like
let's go over an entire career, like reputation from start to like I think he is number one on the public enemy list, like just from a fan perspective. Of you could survey all the teams in the league, he ends up number one.
like
He
currently still playing or like all time.
even if you want to stretch it to like recently retired guys, even if you go cap era, if you say
Yeah,
number one villain in salary cap NHL history,
it's
he's number
it's
one. He's
it's
number
him
one.
and it's guys like Max
Tom
Talbot
Wilson.
and Sean
Those
Avery.
are
Or are you saying
yes,
like
but like
Like those guys are
I think
hated because of their antics. I mean, I guess the
I
same
think
thing with
I
Brad
think
Marchand, but
yes, but I think the reason that I put Brad Marchand, Brady Kachuk, Matthew Kachuk, Tom Wilson, Sam Bennett out, those guys are actual hockey players too,
yes,
right?
yes,
And so
100%.
not only are you pissed when they have a dirty hit or get away with a call, you're also pissed when they scored in your goddamn net,
Yeah.
right?
They
So
they are
Brad Marchand, yeah,
they fill your face in with punches. They'll slam your
yes,
head on the ice. They'll
yes,
score,
yes,
and then they'll smile in your face as they're going to the bench.
yeah.
Like
So he is he is the
the
top
king,
boss.
a
He is the
hundred percent.
kingpin of all villains in the NHL. And maybe we start to have a little bit more respect for him this year because of the Team Canada stuff. And he also hasn't had as many antics in recent years. Like he's kind of calmed down a bit, right? It's true. But I'm still putting him number one. And so it feels very weird for the number one villain to say, I want to go to the new number one villain squad. He's now like going from kingpin to a henchman. I don't like that. I don't like that. I think that's bad for his quote unquote villain reputation to kind of like pass the mantle on to the next villains. I would have wished he went somewhere that is in desperate need of a villain and he turns whatever team he goes to into a heel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
the
So
Florida Panthers were already heels. They
yeah,
didn't need to become more heely.
I do
And for
have a
Brad
question.
Marchand, this is, yeah. Okay. What do you got?
I do have a question for you. Heading into 2025, which did you
Yeah.
think you would see first? A John
Yeah. Yeah.
Cena
Yeah.
heel turn or
Yeah.
a Brad
I
Marchand
saw
heel turn? Heel turn.
I saw so many people like making that connection. Like the Florida Panthers took our soul, memes of photoshopping Marchand's face. Like everyone did a fantastic job with that.
Love the
Um,
memes.
yeah, no, they did such a great job. But do you get what I'm saying though? Like
Yes.
if he went to, let's think of the other teams involved.
If he
Vegas
went
is
to the
already a
Leafs?
heel.
Vegas,
So,
Vegas.
but
Oh,
Vegas is
okay.
already a heel, man. Though they're
Oh, I see
already
what
a
you're
heel,
saying.
I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
Right?
Well,
So
I
I'm
guess
trying
the
to think if he
Leafs
went
are
to the Leafs are
the
kind
Leafs
of
are
a
heels
heel.
already too.
We're kind of babyface and heel at the
No, no,
same
no.
time.
We are heels
Yeah.
for everybody
Okay.
except for the Leaf fans.
Sure.
Like there's
Fair.
no
Fair.
question about it.
So what's the babyface team that he could have went to turn them heel that we would have been like, oh my god, John Cena just turned heel. Like who is that?
I
Is
thought
it the
Corey Perry was
Oilers?
gonna do it. I was just gonna say I thought Corey Perry
Okay.
was gonna do it for the Oilers, but
Okay.
maybe it's the terrible twosome there if
Yeah.
that
Like
happened.
so I think I would have enjoyed that experience more. Even when I take away, I'm trying to not be biased from
What
the Leaf perspective, but I think that would have been more entertaining because I feel like
I
he now
have
loses some of the villain reputation.
I do have
Yeah,
another answer for you. What if he joined the Colorado Avalanche instead to play
it's a
alongside
good
Nate
one.
McKinnon?
That's a really good one because I think if you polled fans across the league, the Colorado Avalanche would poll very well in terms of likable teams. So I think Brad Marchand ending up in Colorado would definitely give a hit to their likability and turn them from a face to a heel. I think
I
that's a
got
really good one.
I got one here that
Yeah.
already sort of is a heel, but it just would have made their
Okay.
season somehow even more tumultuous. Imagine the Vancouver Canucks trying to make the playoffs by bringing in
Yeah.
Brad,
No,
Just let
that
EP40 learn from BM63.
an
I
even worse heel than
I
JT Miller.
I think we'd like yeah no that would be crazy. Like imagine Canucks fans like the first time he touches the ice, like you're booing him. I don't even care if he's wearing
Yeah,
your jersey. He hasn't even played a game yet. You're
man,
booing him, and I
I
almost wonder if they just like kept they would just keep that as a tradition
it's
in his
muscle
entire
memory for
tenure.
them.
Yeah, and he would love it. He would love
Yeah,
it, right? Like
like honestly,
he enjoys the pain. Like that's the whole
that
point of
probably
this.
eggs
Yeah.
them on even more. Honest, if
Wow.
we're gonna be
So
completely honest,
we came guys. You came with some really good options here. I think Avs and in the wacky world of
in
NHL
the
trades that
bizarre
never
world,
happened in
yeah.
Bizarro World, the Canucks definitely take the cake. But realistically, Avs are a really good show. So yeah, that was. I just thought about that with Brad Marchand. Doesn't really have to do with the hockey part of it, but I don't know. At the top villain, he now officially drops, I think, in the rankings. He just did that. So I think the most villain thing he could have done was to hold on for dear life to his kingpin title as top villain, and he didn't.